Hello and welcome to my tutorial on how to put a safe receiver from the Parkzone F4u Corsair S in a Parkzone t28. You don't need to do any modifications to the aircraft's electronics itself to fit this with a safe receiver. That works in the same way as the F4u Corsair. Now, the way I did this was first I bought the AR636A F4u Corsair safe receiver. I got this from Wheelspin Models. I think there's a couple of other shops that sell it, but I think really any shop that carries spares for the F4u Corsair will probably have this. Be careful. This is not like the Apprentice receiver. There's quite a few different AR636 variants. That's because it's all the same receiver itself, but they have different programming. So you get the basic one, which is just AS3X, then you get the SU-29 3D aircraft one, which works in a completely different way, and then you get the Corsair one. And if you get the one for the Sukhoi 29, you'll find that it just won't work, because it's designed for aerobatics aircraft, and this is not an aerobatics aircraft, so it won't give you the different modes that you get on the Corsair. It'll just give you different amounts of aerobaticness. So on to how I installed it. The installation of this unit was remarkably simple. All I did was I took out the AR600 that comes in the T28. Now, if you're going to be doing this, it's probably better just to get the plug and play instead of the bind and fly. However, I ended up getting the bind and fly for the battery and the charger. Now, the way I installed this was I put it up against the firewall, not quite right up against it, on top of these little foam lumps, and I hot glued it in place. The reason I put it here, I would have rather to have put it here. However, I would have had to put an extension on the ESC leads, which would have just been quite complicated, and I'd also have to extend the aileron leads. Also, you can't use a standard servo extender on the ESC leads, I believe, because they're a thicker gauge wire, because they can carry more current. And it was just easier to put it here, as it only requires very little modification and it sits in the same manner. I put one antenna, if we turn it around, running along here. I taped it in with sellotape, and then obviously at the end it goes up a bit to give better signal. And then this one, I would have rather had this going up the back of the firewall. However, due to the fact that it's a very short antenna, I just have it sticking up because it couldn't reach the firewall, and I would have had to put an extender on several of the servo leads to get it right up against the firewall. The only modification which you have to do to this aircraft to do this, which can't be done, can't be undone by just taking the receiver back out again, is you have to carve a little bit of foam off the bottom of the canopy. But that's been my brief video on how to set up a safe receiver in a Parkzone T28. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.